Hi all, welcome to beginner series of Workato. Today we are going to explore additional Workato list formulas and working with those list formulas. Before we move into our today's agenda, let's have a quick recap on our previous session. We have saw a few Workato list formulas and working with those list formulas, and also we saw how to handle null or empty values. So please do check out our previous video by clicking on the I button at the right top of our video, or also I'll be giving my previous session link in the description box. Please do check out. Today we are going to explore of additional Workato list formulas. Those are pluck, join, smart join, and concat. So without wasting our time, let's go back to our workspace and explore these formulas with an explanation. Let's go there. So once you log into your workspace, so we will be having a similar structures which we have followed as standard of Workato. Like there will be a folder and a subfolders with a name, connections, functions, and recipes. Now I already built up a recipe for to explain about these additional list formulas. So let's go there. Okay. So if you can see, have used first trigger, the trigger information that is schedule based. So every 5 minutes if I run, I'll be getting a similar output. Okay, if I not do any kind of changes to the my action point. So to explain about the first formula, that is pluck. Pluck basically retrieves only the columns which has been specified. Say example, in my I have took I have took a Google sheet to explain you about the pluck informations, how to use the pluck formula with a spreadsheet. Okay, so spreadsheet I have used my employee informations, which is having a column say name, age, place. Okay, so out of that, what I am doing in the pluck, using pluck, I'm using only selecting the column name and the column place. I'm not selecting the age. So in say example, you have a list of list with having a n number of columns. Out of that, you want to select a few columns out of that. In that case, the pluck in formula is very useful to only to select a selected columns. Okay, we'll see how the output say gives back the Workato. Okay, so this formula basically how we use if you use the pluck, how it gives the response. So second is the join. Join is the combines all the items in a list into a single string. Okay, so for say if you see here, I've used this is should be Mr. So yeah, so Mr. Ganesh Sharma. That is, I've used join this particular three separate values into a single string with the joining the string as hyphen, right? So okay, it will gives me a one string, single string with a joining as Mr. hyphen Ganesh hyphen Sharma. Okay, let's see how it shows in the output. Similar here. So the Mr. Ganesh Sharma, I have used one more value in along with the Mr. Ganesh Sharma, that is nil. So how will we a smart join? If we use smart join with the sub the joining string has the hyphen, what it does? Let's see like in the output what it does. Okay, so basically it removes the nil and the empty values from your list. Okay, last not the list, that is about the concatenations. Okay, so concatenations are similar to your what we use in the any of our language, say like Python, Java, any of the JavaScript, anything. Okay, so hello, we have a one list that is hello world, and I'm concatenating with the one more list is automations, comma rocks. So it should give hello world automation rocks, right? So let's see how it gives the output now. I'll just run the recipe. Okay, it's processing. Now it's got successfully. I got the response from the Workato without any error. Okay, so if you see here, the first formula, that is pluck, gives me a output which is current, and that's Bangalore, and Danny, that is Chennai. So I had a two of, like I say, a number of values in the employee details, but I've only selected two values, which is I have a give a filter conditions. If you see in the filter condition, I can say, like example, let me give you the input. Okay, is there. See, I gave a column sub filter as age has to be 28. Okay, if is there any age 28 employee with that age 28? Select those employee details and give it to me. So once it give it to me, those values, I have selected only the name and place. So second formula is join. Join, as I said, the three separate values in the list, it's combined into a single string. So you see Mr. Ganesh Sharma, right? So similarly, if you see smart join, similarly it gives the as the in the joins. But there's a difference in the join and smart join is if join will not remove the nil or empty values, whereas the smart join removes the empty or nil values, okay, into your formula string. So have to be use these two formula very carefully when you want to when your requirement is to remove or nil or empty values. You have to use smart join, whereas there's no any empty or nil values, but you have to join three or more than three, say like more than one, you can say that more than one values in the list to be into a single string. Okay, last, not the least, it is a concat. So concat gives me the output as hello world automation blocks into a single list. So here's a catch. One more thing I want to tell you is, say example, I have a hello world. More, say like example, I have one more list. Say like hello world. You can say like hello world Workato. Okay, let's add this. So if I do now work concat, what it gives. Okay, let's see in the. I just go to save it, and I'll just go to test jobs and rerun the this job. Okay, instead of testing the job recipe. Let's see what it gives. So if you see, it not concatenate the inside the inside the list. I have another list, that is child list. So it says the nested list will not be flattened, means it will not be basically the concatenations. It joins the two lists into a single list, but there is a catch, there is a exception. We have to think about this. It will not be concatenate the nested list. If you have a nested list, it will not be concatenated. Okay, be careful while using this formula. Okay, now we'll see that's handling the empty or null values. Okay, so say example, I have in this case, say just take this one only, smart join. Smart join, but I'll not use smart join here. I just use join. Okay, so instead of that, I'll just say dot match. So here you can see I want to check a null or empty values here. So what I did is have used toString because the match will the formula works only only when the input is string. Okay, so I have converted it to string, and then I'm matching with there's any nil conditions. Is there any nil values is present? If it's present, then tell like nil values is present, use smart join. Else, I'm just giving a same list and using a join. Okay. This is not the actual thought of doing. Say example, I'm just remove that and say just smart join. Okay. So basically, why I'm using here the same list. Say example, say your list cannot be hard coded here, but only for by my example to show you how to use these formulas. I have used hard coded values. Basically, you will list have a n number of values which is coming from your input from any other third-party applications or any of the your integrating the between the two applications. Say example, Salesforce or maybe NetSuite, anything. So in that, if we get array values, from there you're checking the whether it's having a nil or not. If it's not having, then you can use join. Else you have to use smart join to uh, basically join uh, the n number of values in the list into a single string. Okay, so you can just run this recipe now. So example is run now. So you say nil value is present, hence use smart join. So now what I'll do is I'll just remove this nil value from this. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, does it give me actual value or it gives still me the same issues? No, see, it gives me the Mr. Ganesh Sharma. Because there was a checked. I checked whether it's having a nil or not. If it's not having, then use smart join. Otherwise, you have to use smart join. So it cannot be hard-coded values. Like if you see here, I have hard-coded these values in the as a list form in a list format. So instead of that, you have to use, say example, whatever the application sends you the input. Based on that, you have to apply match, or you can use you have to use a smart join pluck or a smart join concat everything. Okay, don't hard code and use it. Okay, hope you have understood all the four formulas which I have used as a part of this particular recipe to differentiate between smart join and concat and the plug. Okay, so smartly use these formulas when you based on your requirements. Okay, so now let's go back to our presentation and let's see our quiz part. So here it goes, the quiz time. The first question is, what does the Workato formula joins to? The answers for like the options are: combines two data sets vertically, merges two data sets horizontally, concatenates strings from an array with a specified delimiter, aggregates the numerical values in an array. What it does? Let me give the answer. It concatenates the strings from one array with a specified delimiters. Okay. So second is, which Workato formula is used to select specific elements from list or hash? The options are accept, pluck, format map, join. It's a straightforward questions. I think you can answer this. Okay, let me give you the answer. It's a pluck. Okay. The third and a final question is, you have an array of integers, say 10, 20, 30, 40. You want to concatenate this string integers into a single string with a space between each number. Which Workato formula would you use to achieve this? The options are none, concat, smart join, or merge. Which of these from options are applicable for the given question? Okay, let me give you the answer. That is smart join. Since there is no join. So the options out of the given options which is applicable are, that is smart join. So hope you have enjoyed this session and learned additional list formulas about how to use pluck, how to use join, smart join, and concat. Okay, so we'll meet you in the next session. Until then, please take care and keep learning. Thank you.